Welcome, dear students, once again. And here we can see that we are studying unit number 6, the 100 races part 2. I would like anybody from your side to repeat the things that we have studied it from part 2. Anybody? Anyone, dear students? Among you. Can you see here on the screen that firstly we know, we will not go much again in depth of part 1, but here you can see the children were roaming, circling in the room. Then Miss Mason got a note from the principal's office, and there she called again telling the children that there was something that she wanted to share with them all. Then how she managed the class to settle and started reading the note. And in the note, it was mentioned that Wanda would not go to that school anymore because she was troubled there for her funny name, and also because she was not from America but from some other country. And they had decided that they will all shift from there to a big city, a metropolitan city, where there will be plenty of such funny names in the big city, and so nobody will notice. Only Wanda's name that was there. But Miss Maxon was very sure about her class, room number 13, that they would never do like this. But she agreed that by mistake it might have happened, and so they should ensure that nothing should happen in future like that. But then the feelings of Maddie have been described that she was feeling very much guilty for herself because she was a coward, she says, according to her. And she had never dared to tell, nor Peggy nor any other girls, to stop asking such questions that how many dresses and how many shoes and all Wanda had. But that time she was trying to concentrate on her studies, but she could not. And finally, she wanted that she should go there back to Wanda's place where she was staying and find her and tell her everything that she had won the contest and they may not do that again, but they want her back to that school and all. She decided. And she also wanted and wished that Peggy should help her in that. But it happened that Peggy herself come up with this idea that they should go in search of that girl, that kid, in which the Wanda. And they finally went there. And here the question was then that if they could find Wanda or not, then what way did they try to find her and contact her? So I repeat from here again on page number 75, the first paragraph. When school was dismissed in the afternoon, Peggy said with a pretended casualness, "Hey, let's go and see if that kid has left town or not." So Peggy had the same idea. Okay, dear students, here I will draw your attention grammatically in this sentence that so Peggy had. So had is there twice. Do you think it is a mistake or it's right? What do you say?
It's right.
Correct.
It's right.
Yes, very good. So what is that tense in this sentence?
Past tense.
Yes, what is the tense?
Past tense.
Past tense.
Which past tense? Yes, it is past tense, but which kind? Hmm? Anil?
Past perfect.
Past perfect.
Very good. It is past perfect tense, not simple past. No? If there was only one had, then it would be a simple past, but there are two hads. One playing a role of model auxiliary verb and another as a verb. And it is past participle form of the verb have. You know? You understood and you know these things? I think we have discussed before also. But now you tell me what kind of sentence is this? So Peggy had the same idea. Declarative, exclamatory, or
So your voice is
Exclamatory
breaking.
sentence.
another kind in how many other kinds? Yes. Since there is an exclamation mark that you can see at the end of the sentence, it is an exclamation mark and so exclamatory sentence. Right? Preferably exclamatory sentences begin with such or what or how and they end with exclamation. But there are some such exceptions also that the sentence, sometimes is
Sir, your voice is
structurally
breaking
in
a lot.
affirmative sentence,
Excuse me, sir.
but meaningfully it is interrogative sentence. So you are a good
Sir,
boy
your
when
voice
I
is
say
breaking.
with exclamation mark, it is exclamatory sentence. You are a good boy with question.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, yes, students. Am I audible?
No,
Your
sir,
voice
means
was
it is
breaking in
breaking in
between.
Your voice
between.
is breaking.
We were not able to hear anything.
Yes, sir.
Sir left हो गए.
Is it okay, dear students, now? Am I audible well?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Good,
sir.
good. So
Yes,
I was,
sir.
no? Am I audible now well?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Good,
sir.
thank you. So I was telling here with the help of the sentence that if I'm saying you are a very smart child with exclamation, it is exclamatory sentence that I'm really appraising you. No, I'm really admiring you. But if there is a question mark, you are really a smart child. Inside on value, there is a question mark, right? And if I simply say you are a smart child, very good, and with full stop, it ends. So structurally the sentence is same, but only in the end, the question, exclamation mark or the punctuation mark change. One from exclamation mark to full stop and to question mark. So that way you can identify the kinds of sentence it is, right? So let's proceed. Then the two girls hurried out of the building up the street toward Govind Heights, the part of town that was such a forbidding year on this kind of November afternoon, drizzly, damp, and dismal. So we are done, I think, till this yesterday. Well, at least, said Peggy gruffly. I never did call her a foreigner or make fun of her name. I never thought she had the sense to know we were making fun of her anyway. I thought she was too dumb and he, look how she can draw. I think it was also done. Maddie could say nothing. All she hoped was that they would find Wanda. And as Peggy was saying something and something more and was explaining about Wanda and about herself, Maddie was not much concerned about it and not at all interested. She was very much guilty for herself. And at any cost, she wanted that she should go and meet Wanda and tell her everything. And what things you wanted to tell? Let's see. You wanted to tell her that they were sorry that they had picked on her and how wonderful the whole school thought she was and please not to move away and everybody would be nice. She and Katie would fight anybody who was not nice. And she's just thinking that once she meets Wanda, she will tell everything that how sorry they were feeling themselves because she was living there. And how sorry they were feeling for picking on her, means they were troubling her. And how wonderful the school thought she was, because of her that painting or drawing skill. And so they decided that, especially Maddie, that she would promise her if anybody, they themselves will not trouble at all. But if in case anybody else tried ever to trouble Wanda, Peggy and Maddie would stand with her anytime. And that's what we wanted to tell Wanda. But let's see if they can find Wanda, because it may come through only if they find her and me. Okay. So the two girls hurried on. They hoped to get the top of the hill before the dark. I think that's where the patron is due, said Maddie, pointing to a little white house. Wisp of old grass stuck up here and there along the pathway like thin kittens. The house and its sparse little yard looked shabby but plain. It reminded Maddie of Wanda's one dress, her faded blue cotton dress, shabby but plain. You know, she was poor. She had no any more clothes, but whatever she had, she was just keeping it clean very well all the time. It was not at all dirty. She was taking care of herself very well. And you know, when they visited her place where they were staying, where the patrons live, they could notice little far from that they compared her dress with her house. You know, as it was also little shabby but clean. You know, that dress was also little faded blue cotton but was always clean. And this way they have finally reached the place where Wanda was staying. There was not a sign of life about the house. Peggy knocked firmly on the door, but there was no answer. She and Maddie went around to the backyard and knocked there. Still there was no answer. And finally, firstly they knocked the door many times from front side, but they could not notice that there was anybody at home or nearby. Then they moved around and found another door at back side. They knocked from there also, but there was no answer because there was nobody there. And there was no doubt about it that the patrons' kids were gone. How could they ever make amends? And dear students, now they both are worried that they wanted to meet her, but they were not there at all. They had already gone away from that place, but they wanted to make amends. They wanted to show that they were very sorry for doing, you know, or troubling, even if unintentionally, but they wanted to make amends. They wanted to say sorry to Wanda, but they could not because Wanda was not there. They had already gone leaving that place. Then what did Maddie and Peggy do? Let's see. They turned slowly and made their way back down the hill. Well, anyway, said Peggy, she has gone now. So what can we do? Besides, when I was asking her about all her dresses, she probably was getting good ideas for her drawing. She might not even have won the contest otherwise. And you know, here Peggy is trying to get the credit for herself again, saying that whenever she was asking her about the clothes or the dresses, it was Wanda, she was getting the ideas from Peggy that such kind of drawing of dress can be there and that kind of dress can be there. She could get ideas from Peggy, not directly but indirectly, and that's why she thinks that she contributed. Now somehow she is trying to convince that she was not wrong, and so she adds that she got many ideas when Peggy was asking her about the different kinds of dresses or how many dresses she had, you know, and she also said at the end that if Peggy had not asked her about the dresses, Wanda could not get any ideas and so might not even have won the contest otherwise. That's what Peggy said. Do you agree, dear students, with Peggy here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, of course. She had her own ideas before, and those paintings or the drawings might be ready before only, right? And so she could tell. Otherwise, if she had not seen ever any such kinds of dress, could she describe them? Of course not. But she had already those ideas with her, and so she could elaborate and describe. Okay? So here we may not agree with what this Peggy is saying. She is just trying to, cover herself, giving some positive things that because of her, Wanda could win the contest. Then Maddie turned this idea carefully over her head, for if there were anything in it, she could not have to feel so badly. And you know, even Maddie, could think of this idea, and she also find that there was something right that she could feel. Okay, but it was just to feel that they contributed some or the other way in order to get that contest or the medal in the contest for Rwanda. It was of no use. They were just trying to cover themselves and finding some reason and trying to convince themselves that they were not wrong and they should not feel sorry for what they did with Wanda. But that night, she could not get to sleep. She thought about Wanda and her faded blue dress and the little house she had lived in. And she thought of the glowing picture those 100 dresses made, all lined up in the classroom. At last, Maddie sat up in bed and pressed her forehead tight in her hands and really thought this was the hardest thinking she had ever done. After a long, long time, she reached an important conclusion. And dear students, after going to home, Maddie could not sleep. She was just thinking about Wanda, her home, and the paintings that were lined up in the classroom. All about that. And she had thought go to bed and also she might not sleep and thought and thought and thought and thought longer and longer. And finally, it started her headache. She was suffering from headache. And so pressed it tightly, the forehead, and finally, came to the conclusion after thinking longer and longer. And what's that important conclusion? Let's see. She was never going to stand by and say nothing again. If she ever heard anybody picking in someone because they were funny looking or because they had strange names, she would definitely speak up there. Even if it meant losing Peggy's friendship, she had no way of making things right with Wanda. But from now on, she would never make anybody else that unhappy again. And here finally she came to the conclusion, mustering up her courage, and she says and promises herself that if anyone comes in school again, if old or new, and if anybody is trying to picking on or is trying to treat someone unkindly, unfairly, or criticizing them, not just for the name, not just for their way of looking, not just for their way of speaking, or for any reason, if anybody picks on someone, she will stand by. She will be there and she will definitely speak up to stop it. If she is now ready to lose friendship with Peggy, and she is not concerned, not bothered about Peggy now, because she is feeling very much guilty for not being able to say something, not to speak up against Peggy when she was picking on Wanda every now and then. And it made her now take that decision to come to an important conclusion that she should always stand by with anybody who is being troubled in school. And that's what she thinks that it is, a price she's trying to make amends with this because she could not make amends by going and making Wanda back and saying sorry. But this is the way now she wants to make amends. Right, dear students? Getting it? Understanding everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
So here are some 4 questions given. We'll just discuss them quickly. Oral comprehension check. Number 1. What excuses does Peggy think up for her behavior? Why? I have already explained while I was explaining the topic. This paragraph. Please tell your answer. What excuses does Peggy think up for her behavior? Why?
Sir, may I?
Yes, Shreya, you can.
Peggy gives excuses to defend herself. She says that while she was asking Wanda some questions, at that time Wanda might have got the ideas of the designs of dresses, and so she won the contest.
Good. Why does she do so? She is trying to give the excuses, no? Why she is doing so? What is her intention to like
To
this?
defend herself and tell that she was not bad and cruel.
Very good. Somewhere in her heart, she might have realized that she did something wrong. But at the same time, she found another way that she was not wrong. Right? Everybody agrees or has some another answer? Anybody?
No,
Say
sir.
something. That's it? Okay, next question here is what are Maddie's thoughts as they go to Bobbin's heights? What are Maddie's thoughts? What is she thinking of when they go to Bogin Heights, where Wanda was staying? Anybody? I think we have already discussed in the beginning itself, the very first para on this page, or the previous some part. Anybody? No answer? Gauri Khadkare,
Sir,
Ayush
may I?
More,
So may I?
those who have not ever spoken, they should also try to say something. Me, Achil, Reena, Hanika, Sakshi, you are just
Sir,
reading
may I
the
say?
newsletter. Okay,
May
Gauri
I say?
Khadkare, yes you can, Gauri.
Sir, Maddie felt very bad and she was thinking that she was sorry for the behavior with Peggy and Maddie behaved very bad with Wanda
Yes,
and they were sorry for that.
that's it. May I take you back to the page with
Sir,
your
may I?
thinking?
She thinks that her house is same as her dress, shabby but
And
clean.
she also thinks that when she would, if she would come back to the school, everyone would behave properly with her, and the school was also very proud of her.
Yes, good. So there were many such thoughts that Maddie was thinking of. Okay. Next question is, why does Wanda's house remind Maddie of Wanda's blue dress? I think I just highlighted. Why does Wanda's house remind Maddie of Wanda's blue dress? What is the similarity between Wanda's
Sir,
house
may
and Wanda's blue dress? Anil, yes you can, Anil.
So Wanda's blue dress was old, faded, but used to be neat and clean. And similarly, her house was also small, shabby, but it was clean. Therefore, it reminded Maddie of Wanda's blue dress.
Very good, very good. Here you can also see again some drawings of the designs of dresses, the painting. Next question is number 4 on page number 77. What does Maddie think hard about? What important decision does she come to?
Sir, may I tell?
Yes, Shreya, you can, but before you say something, I would like here, Aniket Bhange, say something about this question here. Are you understanding? Ayusha, Tania, Audumbar, Ayush Shalunke. You are just keeping quiet, dear students. Please be interactive. Comments in between. Yashovardhan. Nobody wants to say something. I think Ayush was interested. Ayush More. Kushi, you wanted to say something?
So
Sahani?
may I answer?
Yes, Ayush, you can.
Yes, sir. So Maddie thought about the Wanda's house, her faded blue dress, and little house. She also thought of the glowing picture of those 100 dresses that was lined up in the classroom. She thinks about not to be just a spectator, and she decides to stand by with any person who is suffering injustice. And also,
Good
and
attempt.
yes, thank you.
Okay, Kushi Sahani, you were about to say something?
According to Maddie, she was very guilty for whatever she did, and it was a long time she has been thinking about it, and she decided that she is never going to be a silent spectator, even if now she is ready to lose Peggy, but she will always uh, do justify with anyone.
Good. Shreya.
Sir, Maddie thought hard about her silent spectator, the behavior, and in case of Wanda, she decided that she would stand by anyone who is suffering from injustice and would never make it happen that someone is suffering in front of her and she is just silent.
Very good. It is the first and last time we can say that she agreed that it happened, but at any cost, it will not be repeated, right? In her presence. That was the decision he finally had come to. Good, Shreya. And then so other students they attempted very well with their answers. Now next, page number 77. On Saturday, Mary spent the afternoon with Peggy. You know, this is the complete week we are reading and trying to know about Wanda, Maddie, and Peggy. That on Monday she was not there, on Tuesday she was not there, on Wednesday they noticed that she was not there, and this is now Saturday that Maddie spent the afternoon with Peggy. They were writing a letter to Wanda Petrosky. It was just a friendly letter telling about the contest and telling Wanda he had won. They told her how pretty her drawings were, and they asked her if she liked where she was living and if she liked her new teacher. They had meant to say they were sorry, but it ended up with their just writing a friendly letter, the kind they would have written to any good person or friend. And they signed it with lots of text for love. They mailed the letter to Bobbins Heights, writing, please forward on the envelope. And dear students, finally, they both decided on Saturday that it may not happen that they meet her again, but it is the only solution they found that they should write a letter to Wanda, and they wrote. So what things did they mention in that? They mentioned everything that they wanted to tell her by meeting her. So what were those things? That it was firstly about the contest that Wanda had won it. Then they also wanted to tell that her drawings were very pretty, they were very beautiful, and they also asked her if she liked where she was living, the another place in the big city, and they also wanted to know and asked her if she liked her new teacher. So these are indirect speech sentences here, students. They asked her if she liked where she was living. Okay, can you change anybody this into vice versa? That is direct speech. This is given in indirect speech. Change it to direct speech. They asked her if she liked where she was living. This much only. Can anyone? Spontaneously? So simple. You can easily change from direct to indirect. Then why can't you change from indirect to direct? It's very simple. As easy as you change. Yes, Kushi?
They asked her if she was liking where she lived and
No,
if she
no. Basic changes. Basic changes only you have not mentioned. They asked her, change to.
Do you like the place where you are living?
No.
we asked. No?
Let's make the part one by one into direct speech. They asked her, they said to her, right?
Yes, sir.
They said to her, then comma, double inverted comma. Instead of if, we put comma and double inverted comma. What we do in indirect speech, we delete or we replace comma and double inverted comma with if or whether. But they have used here if. So the word if should be deleted from here. Then the sentence is she liked where she was living.
Do you like
statement? Yes, very good.
Do you
like where you are living? Right, very good.
Where you are living?
Where you are living, and at the end there should be a question mark. Now one tell me the complete answer together with small capital. Excuse me, sorry. With small letters, capital letters, punctuation marks, everything. Please tell.
They said to her, they kept T capital.
Good.
They said to her, comma and double inverted comma. Then
Very good.
D capital.
Do you
Do like
where
you are living.
Very
And
good.
then double inverted comma close. Full stop and double inverted comma.
Full stop.
The question mark.
No, sorry, question mark.
Very good. Right. Right. Do you want any more explanation, dear students, from my side, or you understood what they are, Gauri, Anil, they have all together explained? Is that enough for you all, or do you want me also to explain any other example? Okay, I think you have all understood. If not, and if you are hesitating, you please don't hesitate, or you may ask me individually, personally also. Right. So let's move ahead.
Sir,
they told.
Ganesh,
Yes.
So what is the meaning of lots of eggs for love? I didn't understood that.
Okay, you will. Just let me come to that line. Here I am now. And they asked her if she liked where she was living and if she liked her new teachers. Means they asked her questions, about the place where she went and also the new teachers that she had. Okay, so these are the questions, and these children also, Maddie and Peggy, wanted to know all about it. So they had meant to say that they were sorry, but it ended up with them just writing a friendly letter, the kind they would have written to any good friend, and they signed it with lots of X for love. They mailed the letter to Bogan sites, writing please forward on the envelope. And finally, as if they had nothing, done wrong with Wanda, and she had always been a very good friend with them, for them, that manner, they both wrote a letter to Wanda. Firstly, they apologized for what they had done, and they also felt very guilty for that, and they were very sorry for that. They mentioned, but that was enough. They did not ask it again and again for the same, but they then asked about the place where she was living and also about the new teachers, new school, their surrounding, and everything. And they ended the letter with such a friendly way as if they were writing to one of their best friends with whom they had spent much time and who was their favorite one. That way they wrote, and they signed it with lots of X for love. Like we mentioned our subscription here, Ayush, at the end, yours lovingly, yours faithfully, yours truly,
Yes,
So
sir.
that's what here X refers to, like yours,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
So instead of putting one name only, they were trying to, represent all the children over there. Understanding?
Yes, sir. Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Okay. They did not just want to mention that she was just Peggy alone or she was just Maddie alone who was writing a letter, but they wanted to represent that all school, everybody, including themselves, were loving her too much for her drawing that was extremely wonderful and so beautiful, and she was also a very good girl. They realized later. So these are the things that we can understand from this para. And finally, they mailed the letter to Bogan side, writing their please forward. They did not want to go again back to the Bogan side, ask somebody their new address, and then forward or then send that letter with the new address. Instead, they simply sent that letter to Bogan side, the previous address of Wanda, and there they mentioned that please forward. Please forward means they were knowing Maddie and Peggy, they were knowing that the persons in charges or the owners there of Bogan Heights must be having the new address of Wanda. And so they mentioned there, please forward. And there it comes now, if they have forwarded it or not. And did Wanda receive it? And if she received, did she send any letter back to them? These are the questions. And we will get the answers in this next few paragraphs. This is already almost 10:20. You have again another lecture at 10:30. I know I will not take much of your time, and here we will end the session and we'll continue at noon. That's it for today in this session, dear students. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead. Bye. See you.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.